Hi everybody, Papa Kenny from Papa Kenny's Workshop. Day 2 on the garbage truck. As you've seen in the last video, we took the piston out and reinstalled the rebuilt one. Today we're going to work on the Fallon blade. We're going to replace the hinge and the rollers. So let me show you what we got going on. Alright, here's the part of the hinge that was bolted to the packing blade. I'm going to cut those all off. And I got the new hinge and pin right there and the rollers. So I'm going to cut those off, weld those on, and try to get this Fallon blade back together. Grab a coffee or a cold beer, whatever you choose, and enjoy the show. Alright, let me show you where I'm at. I cut the tubes off that piece of hinge that bolts to the packing blade. I got a couple bolts in it, just holding it in place right now, because I'm going to have to move it up and down to make sure that these tubes are flush. So, the 9-inch tubes get welded to the packing blade. The 3 or 3.5 inch tubes get welded to the Fallon blade. I actually left one in place on the Fallon blade so I know where my starting point is. Alright, once they're tacked in, I got to slide the pin in to make sure everything's flush. And I can't do that until I remove this side rail. I'm going to actually remove both of them because there's another wear plate underneath there I want to check to make sure it's aligned right. But anyways, I'm going to get set up and get after it. Sit back and enjoy the show. I'll get this done fixed. This thing was really pulling in. Alright, so it slides out that way. Alright, here's that wear plate I was talking about. Stuff gets stuck on there like that. We're going to clean it all up. And actually, it looks pretty good, not too flush. So I'm going to come back to that and clean this out after. And now I'm going to work on the hinge. Alright, so let me turn this over. I'm just going to go on both the other side. Okay, I lowered the Fallon blade down. I also measured to find center. I measured the packing blade as well, found center, lined those two up. As far as being square with the Fallon blades, tough to do. I'm pretty close, but I'm within 1/8 of an inch. No matter what I do, it's cocked. And it's probably got something to do how this packing blade's wearing. Anyways, I'm going to weld the angle iron down to the packing blade on each side. And then I'm going to weld it down to the Fallon blade over there. This should give me a nice level transition. I should be able to slide my tubes in, tack them in place, and do the same on the Fallon blade. And at the same time, I'll be able to push the pin in from the end. So we're going to see how that goes. Okay, problem I'm having, this should be a nice
level transition. This Fallon blade is bowed in the middle, so it's sticking up way up high over here. So this is what happens when you're working with used stuff. You know, you gotta try and compensate, or I try to. I like to try to get things as close to perfect as I can. So what I think I'm gonna do, drop the center down and try to pry up on the ends instead of trying to pry. I'm trying to pry the middle down and it won't go. So I'm gonna try the opposite. I'm gonna allow this to go down a little bit so that this is level here, and I'm gonna try to pry up on the corners. We'll see what's gonna happen. I hope I explained that pretty good. In order for me to do that, I gotta take these off and watch. This whole thing's gonna take off on me. But working with bent stuff. Alright, so I got the hinge tacked in. Alright, so the long ones, the 9-inch ones go to the packing blade, the short ones go to the... problem I had is the Fallon blade's curvy, so it bend and pull to get it straight, but it's tacked in there. I'm going to pull the pin now, flip this Fallon blade over, and weld on the back side of them tubes. Alright, so now I got this Fallon panel up, and I'll be able to weld those in there. And also, I don't know how well you can see this bracket here that I unbolted, I can weld these all up and put the rest of the bolts in, and the hinge will be done. Then start on the rollers. We'll grab these two first. Alright. Trying to adjust this for you. If you get in my way, I'm gonna have to tell you to leave. I got a bad ground. I'm trying to hear. Okay, so I got them tubes all welded in place. Fallon blade as well as on the packing blade, and I got it all bolted up. Just a little tech tip: you don't want to stay too long in one spot when you're doing these. If you burn a hole in them or you distort them, that means you got to cut it off and start all over again. All right, so onto the rollers. 4 nuts. They are a 5/16 Allen wrench socket, 3/4 inch, half-inch size socket will take them off. But the bolts are 5/16 Allen wrench. Alright, although there is 4 rollers, there's 2 different ones. You gotta pay attention how they go on. Made that mistake before. So basically undo the grease line, the 4 nuts, and put the new rollers on. I kind of cheated. I tacked the bolts on the other side, just so I wouldn't have to. Now they're a pain. They're all worn out. Makes it very difficult to get an Allen wrench in there, and you need like 3 hands. So I just tacked them on the other side. I feel bad for the poor bastard that's gonna take them off the next time, but anyways, let's get them off and changed. All right, I'm gonna zip this one off. Pressure off of it. Pop it off like that. 1/2-inch wrench to take the grease line off. I greased these by hand before I put them on, so I already greased them. They come with grease fittings. You got to take them off anyway, so. Alright, no, as you can see, that curves, same curve, okay. Put the grease line back on. Self-greasing, well, not self-greasing, automated greasing. That's not very automated. Alright, I am using new nylocks though. Alright, that's how you change the rollers. Give you an idea. See how worn out that thing is? It don't even turn. Well, same thing with this, look. The button got stuck on my welder. This wire is probably about 10 feet long. Alright, so you know how to do the rollers. We're gonna do the same thing on the top. And I don't know. We'll see you when we start them. I just finished putting in them last 2 rollers up here in the corner. You see it right in there. One on the other side. Still gonna put a grease line on here. I know the fitting was broken and I didn't have it. And yes, I did weld the bolts in place. Feel bad for the poor bastard who's gonna replace them someone down the road. It won't be me. Alright, so the next task at hand is gonna be addressing this rail. I don't know if you can see that. Let me turn the camera a little bit more. It's got a big hole in it. Because this thing came flying right through there. It was out here at one point. It's the same thing on this side. Right there. Alright, so let's go ahead and on the inside. You all seen this morning that I had this hinge out, and I took the big tubes off the piece that mounts to the packing blade. So that's all welded up underneath. You probably seen that when this stupid thing came down and hit me in the back of the head while I was doing it. But anyways, the pin's in, that's all taken care of. I got a little bit more welding to do on there. I did end up changing these wear plates on the sides, and they gotta get adjusted. I'll show you why. They're on an angle for one, and they gotta be straight, but you gotta climb way underneath, and it's a project in itself to adjust them. Right, Jared? Jared helped me do them before. Alright, I took these side, whatever you want to call it, plastic poly things out. That one came right out. The one on this side that takes the beat, and that took me over an hour to get it out. Let me show you what I'm talking about. These here poly things. I got new ones coming. Alright, this is why I replaced them wear plates. If you look at it, it's got a big groove in it. I could have turned it around, but it would have stopped it from rocking forward. But it would have just rocked backwards. So I said I had the new ones, I just put them in. I got a little bit more to address over here in the corner. I gotta put some kind of plate on here on the bottom to stop stuff from getting underneath there. But another successful day, Papa Kenny's workshop. Still got quite a bit to do on this truck. For starters, I don't know how you can see that, how well you can see it, but that arm is leaning way down. You know, it's on an angle pointing to the, like, anyways, it's hanging. And the reason why, there's block bearings in here that rides on it. You can't tell by the camera, but it's worn right out. It's just metal to metal, and that's why that thing's dropped so much on that end. Not only that, this grabber is going to need all new bushings. I don't know if I can. It's real sloppy, so that's got a good day's work on there. This panel over here, it's actually missing 4 bolts. There's only 2 bolts on this handle holding this together, but it's all broken, and I'll show you why. If you look in there, there's so much crap in there. It's putting pressure on here. Broke the door right free, panel, whatever it is. So that's gonna get fixed. Anyways, still got quite a bit to do. I got some grease lines that I gotta fix, but still quite a bit to do. Anyways, that's gonna be a wrap for today. I appreciate you all watching. I hope you learned something. If you didn't, you weren't paying attention. Who knows? When I'm out of here in a couple of weeks and someone else is going to do this job, you can go back to Papa Kenny's workshop and check out the videos to see how I did it. And by no means am I a professional. I take one job at a time with no plan, and I do what I got to do to get it done. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you like the video, hit that like button. Most of all, share the videos. Share them. Share Papa Kenny's workshop. You know, that crazy old man. I want to grow this channel, and the only way I can do it is the help of you guys. I appreciate you all watching, and we'll see you on the next one.